Dr. Raman, the Prime Minister seems to have set the record straight on all this sort of whataboutery about, my gosh, minorities are being ghettoized and free speech is in the ICU. Your response?
Rahul, I noticed at the start of the program, you compared the situation here with Putin's Russia. I mean, that itself told me all that I needed to know. I mean, for God's sake, Rahul, Putin's Russia does not claim to be a full-fledged democracy at no stage. We are, I mean, if our bar is going to be comparing with Russia or China or North Korea, then I think we are in bad shape. So I don't understand the rationale. India has been for all these years, despite all the flaws that we've had, has been a vibrant parliamentary democracy. Now, Parliament itself is fairly dysfunctional, and for all practical purposes, now with all the opposition MPs having been suspended and so on. So the element of free speech is not comparable to what Russia or China have. They should be comparable to what Western democracies have. I would have loved it if you had said we are having a greater extent level of free speech than the United States, or had you said maybe Western Europe. But I didn't see you do that. You want to compare us to, I mean, this is like saying our levels of hunger and poverty are better than sub-Saharan Africa. You don't want to compare yourself with sub-Saharan Africa for hunger and poverty, right? You would like to compare yourself with something better. So I fail to see the logic itself in this argument. Our bottom line is, where was freedom of speech earlier in India? Where is it now? And where is it heading?
That do you think, Dr. Raman, that Modi is a dictator? He has quashed free speech.
Look, the weakening of institutions has been
tell
happening.
Me yes or no.
No, I'm not here to comment about individual A or individual B. The weakening of institutions that has happened in a sequential manner.
Why are you dancing around? Why are you dancing around?
Does not bode well for democracy.
No, one second. Now, one second. Viewers, look, if you noticed what Dr. Raman said, Dr. Raman began by attacking me for taking a comparison. The reason I'm doing it is because that is what the opposition does day in and day out. They compare Modi to a czar. They compare him to dictators. So I am plucking out, viewers, one of the dictators, not very far from here, Mr. Putin. That is what dictators do. They shoot, they put into ICU their opponents. Which opponent here, viewer, is in the ICU? One second, excuse me, Sumansi Raman, 1 second. You don't get there. No, 1 second, please. I can only compare apples with apples when the opposition decides to do so. The opposition itself compares an apple to an orange to a rotten apple. Now, what am I supposed to do? If I take that as the benchmark, then I am the villain. You have to make up your mind. You sit here on national TV. Now, Sanjay Jha will open up and he will say, Modi is this, Modi is that. He comes back every day, viewers. He comes back every day on this channel, on several other channels, and says the same thing. He's living a happy life. He's making money hand over fist. He's progressing. He's writing books. Books that he writes, books and articles that he writes are being published. They are being read. They are being commented upon. And we call ourselves a democracy and a dictatorship. I just find it bizarre. Anyhow, one second. Dr. Raman has made some introductory points. Let me bring in Shehzad Poonawalla. Shehzad Poonawalla, now we are being told we are comparing oranges with some other kind of fruit, rotten apples. So, I don't know where to start because there is no factual information that I got from Sumansi Raman disproving the facts that I have put out.
No, because I don't.
Good evening, Rahul. Thank you for inviting me, and I hope Sumansi Raman, in the interest of a debate on free speech, won't interrupt me. And perhaps he's right. Maybe the comparison shouldn't be with Russia. So let me, although I loved your preface to the introductory debate, but I would like to compare it with Nehru's, Rajiv Gandhi's and Indira Gandhi's India. Nehru brings in the First Amendment, curbs free speech. Nehru arrests Majru Sultanpuri. Indira Gandhi imposes emergency, puts the entire opposition in jail, censors the media, makes the Supreme Supreme Court crawl. Indira Gandhi ke baad Rajiv Gandhi puts the Press Freedom, Press Defamation Act, Anti-Defamation Act and Press Bill. This is his legacy. And then Manmohan Singh, 66A. So that is about freedom of speech. That's where we have come from. And today we have a situation where Sanjay Jha and his ilk can come on television and abuse the Prime Minister day in, day out. Nobody's putting him in jail. Now, Rahul, I can understand why it is, in the words of the Gen Z generation, a moe moment for those who believe in Islamophobia narrative. Today, let me compare again with Nehru, Indira and Rajiv's tenure. 1969, Ahmedabad, 500 Muslims killed. 1970, Jalgaon, 100 Muslims killed. 1980, Moradabad, 1500 killed. 1983, Delhi, 3000 killed. 1984, Bhiwandi, 146 killed. 1990, Hyderabad, 365 killed. 1992, Surat, 152 killed. 1993, Mumbai, 1000 killed. 2013, Muzaffarnagar, 100 killed. Now, tell me if any big riot of that scale has taken place in Modi's India in the last 9.5 years. Actually, none. What has happened, as you rightly showed, is that whether it's Arfa or Anand, whether it's Rahul or whether it's Rahim, all of them get a fair share in the schemes of Prime Minister Modi. But let me tell you something about Gujarat, because Gujarat is where they come back to. Gujarat 2011, 73.5% literacy rate of Muslims, where the national average was 60.9%. Where was it the lowest? In Bengal, secular Bengal. Also, public sector participation of Muslims, 9% population of Muslims in Gujarat, 9% share in high posts in public sector enterprises, 25% is the population share of Muslims in West Bengal. The share in high-end PSU jobs, 6.3%, in 1.2%, and in general jobs 6.3%. These are hard facts that can't be changed. By the way, also let me tell you, AMU funding 673 crores in 2014-15, 1,200 crores in 2021-22. Minority scholarships, 2.94 crore under UPA, NDA 1 3.14 crore. The PM's budget for minority affairs 2013 3,511 crores, 2022 5,020 crores. If this is discrimination, if this is bad for Muslims, what is good? By the way, APJ Abdul Kalam was made the President of India by the NDA government. Bharat Ratna was given to Ustad Bismillah Khan under the NDA government. Asif Ibrahim was the IB chief who was continued of the UPA government under Prime Minister Modi. Also, Syed Akbaruddin was the permanent representative to the United Nations. Ghulam Ali Khatana, somebody who comes from Jammu Kashmir, never got representation from the Gujar Samaj, was given a representation in the Rajya Sabha. This is what has been done. And out of the 15 civilian top honors that Prime Minister Modi has got, 7 come from Muslim nations. You know which Muslim nations? The most important religious Muslim nation, Saudi Arabia. The most influential and prosperous Muslim nations, Bahrain and UAE. The most emotional Muslim nation, Palestine. The most conservative Muslim nation, Afghanistan. And the most visited Muslim nation, Maldives. Sanjay Jha, you need to quit this propaganda.
Okay. Rahul, can I answer? I need
on facts, but on facts. Eschew the rhetorics. Today the public wants to know facts.
No rhetoric. Give me 5 minutes that you have given this gentleman.
Sure, go on.
And the viewers of your show will know the truth behind the BJP. Number one, this gentleman talked about no riots under Modi. Hello? Is the BJP become such a cheap fake news party